I stand alone in the bridal suite at Willamette Valley Vineyard, staring at myself in the full-length mirror. My wedding dress fits perfectly, every seam, every crystal exactly where it's supposed to be. The makeup artist really did an amazing job. My eyes look bigger, my cheekbones sharper, and my lips the perfect soft rose color. My bouquet of white roses sits on the vanity, waiting. I check my phone for the 14th time in 20 minutes. Nothing from Mom. Nothing from Dad. Not even a text from Cole. A soft knock breaks the silence. Martha, the wedding planner, pops her head in with her usual polite smile, but I can see the worry behind it. "It's time, Caroline. Are you ready?" My eyes drift to the window overlooking the ceremony area. 90 guests sit in neat white chairs. A string quartet plays quietly. Everything looks perfect. Except for the 3 empty seats in the front row staring back at me like accusations. "They're not coming, are they?" My voice shakes even though I try to keep it steady. Martha's smile slips. "There's still time," she says, but we both know it isn't true. I take a deep breath and smooth the silk of my dress. "Let's go." The garden doors open, and 90 heads turn to watch me walk alone down the aisle. I can feel their sympathy like actual touches, little pats of pity that make my skin crawl. Some whisper behind their hands. Some try to give me encouraging smiles, but that only makes the emptiness in my chest grow larger. I focus on Caleb standing at the altar, looking right at me. The love in his eyes is almost strong enough to drown out the memory of my mother's voice from 3 days ago. "We'll try, sweetie. Cole's firm has an event that weekend." Her tone had been so casual, like she was declining lunch, not skipping her only daughter's wedding. "I can pay for the flights," I'd said, desperate. "The hotel. Anything. Please, Mom." In the background I heard Dad, "Tell her we're busy." Now, step by step, I force myself to breathe. In. Out. One step. Another. I will not cry. I won't give them that satisfaction, not even in their absence. When I reach Caleb, he takes my hands. His fingers are warm and steady. "I'm here," he whispers. "We're enough." For a moment, I'm 8 years old again, standing in the living room while Mom and Dad fuss over Cole's debate trophy. They put it on the mantle, step back to admire it, take photos to send to relatives. Meanwhile, my art contest certificate sits forgotten in a kitchen drawer. I remember showing it to them, so proud, telling them how my teacher said I had real talent. Mom barely glanced at it. "That's nice, honey," she said, going back to making dinner. Later, Dad ruffled my hair without looking at me. "Cole needs more support. He's going places," he'd said when I asked why they always attended his events but skipped my art showcase. "You understand, don't you, Caroline?" And Mom had added, "Why can't you be more like your brother? He focuses on what matters." After that, I tried harder: academics, scholarships, business success, each one an attempt to get them to turn toward me. Every accomplishment met with half-hearted, distracted reactions, if any at all. The ceremony continues around me. I say my vows, feeling my voice grow stronger with each promise. I choose a future based on seeing each other clearly, I tell Caleb. The words mean more than anyone else realizes, except him. When the officiant pronounces us husband and wife, Caleb's mom pulls me into a warm hug. "You're one of us now," she whispers, and something tight in my chest loosens just a little. Later, the photographer snaps photos as Caleb twirls me around under the string lights. His cousins gather around us, laughing. For small moments, I forget about the missing family, the unanswered messages, the excuses I keep giving people. At the reception, my college roommate Sarah raises her glass. "To finding the family who deserves you," she says, giving me the kind of loyal look that makes my throat tighten. A quiet wave of agreement goes through the crowd. And it hits me, hard. I've been invisible to the people who should have seen me the most. I've been chasing approval from people who never meant to give it. When things slow down, I slip away and check my phone one more time. Nothing. No calls, no messages, not even a simple congratulations. Caleb finds me staring at the blank screen. They missed something beautiful today, he says, wrapping his arm around my waist. I look up at him, this man who has never made me feel like I had to earn his attention. I think of his family, who welcomed me without hesitation. I think of my friends, who traveled so far to be with me. I set my phone down. Their choice, I say, feeling lighter than I have in years. Not my burden. And for the first time, I almost believe it. 2 years later, I sit back in my ergonomic chair, staring at the screen. Acquisition of Crescent Motion Studio, finalized at $21 million. 2 years of negotiations. 5 years of building the company from nothing. And now, 8-figure validation. My office door bursts open as my team rushes in with champagne and plastic cups. To Caroline, Jen, my creative director, says, raising her glass. The woman who built something from nothing, while certain people weren't paying attention. I smile and clink glasses with the 12 people who actually show up for me. Then my phone buzzes. Instagram notification, Cole posted. I shouldn't look. But I do. There they are. Mom and Dad standing with Cole, his wife Hannah, and their twin daughters in matching school uniforms. The caption reads, "Family tradition continues. 3rd generation at Westridge Academy." I keep swiping. Hawaii vacation. Holiday gatherings. Dad's retirement party. Their perfect little family, missing one daughter. And the money behind it all. The Maui rental that costs at least $5,000 a week. The school that runs $30,000 a year per child. Cole's multimillion-dollar neighborhood. All paid for by my parents' retirement and family investments. Cousins have whispered about it for years. Jen touches my arm. Caroline? We lost you for a second. I lock my phone. Just checking messages. Where were we? But I already know where my mind is going. Cole's lifestyle doesn't match his income. My parents have been quietly funding him for years, draining their savings for his image. Yet my $21 million acquisition doesn't earn me even a text. After the team leaves, I scroll through my parents' profiles. Hundreds of posts about Cole, the twins, family gatherings. Me? One birthday wish last year. No photo. I shut my laptop and make a decision. The next morning, I call my financial advisor. I want to finalize the purchase of the Porsche Taycan. Metallic gray. Today. 3 hours later, I'm signing papers for a $135,000 car. It's extravagant. It's unnecessary. And it's exactly what I want. Not to impress my family, but because I never needed their approval or their money. I take a single photo of the car in my driveway, sunlight glinting off the paint. I post it with the caption, "Dreams realized." 3 days pass. Then my phone lights up with a name I haven't seen in 5 years. Mom calling. My stomach tightens as I answer. Hello? Caroline. Her voice has that strict, urgent tone she only uses for family crises. We need to talk. Family meeting tomorrow. Family meeting? I repeat. After 5 years of silence, you're calling about a family meeting? This is important. She hesitates. I hear Dad in the background, tell her it's important. What's important? I ask. My wedding wasn't important. My business wasn't important. What matters now? Mom sighs. It's complicated. Financial issues. We need to discuss it as a family. Of course. They saw the car. They heard about the acquisition. Now I matter. Tomorrow at 2, I say, and hang up. The next morning, I sit in my Porsche, the cool leather against my back. The drive to my childhood home is 40 minutes, 40 minutes to remember birthdays without me, achievements ignored, holidays spent alone while they gathered without me. I park in their circular driveway. My sleek gray Porsche looks sharply out of place next to their classic Colonial. For a second, I sit still, gripping the wheel. The last time I stood on that porch was 6 years ago, telling them I was engaged. Mom barely reacted. Dad kept checking his watch. They've never needed me until now. My phone buzzes. Caleb. Remember who you are. Call me if you need extraction. I smile. Another alert from Hannah, the investor who first believed in my company. Your worth isn't measured by those who couldn't see it. Then a reminder from my assistant. Don't let them take too long. You have a production review at 4. I take a deep breath. I hear my therapist's voice in my mind. Boundaries aren't punishment. They're protection. I straighten my shoulders and get out of the car. Before I can knock, the door opens. Mom and Dad stare at me, and at the Porsche behind me. Their shock is obvious. You've done well for yourself, Dad says. Not hello. Not I've missed you. Just a comment on my finances. Yes, I say simply. They lead me to the dining room where Cole and Hannah sit, their faces tight with controlled worry. Caroline, Cole says with a nod, like we spoke last week instead of 5 years ago. Dad pulls out some financial folders. Let's get straight to business. I stay standing, my purse still hanging from my shoulder. No, I say calmly. First, I want to know why I suddenly matter enough to include in a family discussion after being excluded from everything for years. Mom and Dad exchange looks. Cole shifts in his seat. We can talk about that later, Mom says in her usual dismissive tone. We have more pressing issues right now. I'm not in a rush, I say, still standing. And I'm not interested in being family only when you need something. For the first time in my adult life, I watch real uncertainty cross my father's face. It's just a small flicker, but I see it clearly. And in that instant, something clicks inside me, they need me now. And for once, I'm the one who gets to choose what happens next. The dining room I grew up in feels smaller than I remember. Richard sits at the head of the table like he's running a board meeting, not dealing with a family emergency. Elaine sits perfectly beside him, straight-backed and polished, even though the worry lines around her eyes give her away. Across from me, Cole slumps in his chair. His expensive shirt is wrinkled, and he looks tired, or maybe just careless. Hannah sits next to him with a leather photo album open on her lap like a prop. It's foreclosure, Caroline, Richard says. His voice is steady, but there's a shake in it I've never heard before. Cole's mortgage is 3 months overdue. The twins' school tuition hasn't been paid for this semester. I say nothing. I let the silence stretch long enough that it becomes uncomfortable. 2 years without a single message from them, and suddenly I'm here for this. You need to help your brother. Richard pushes a set of loan documents toward me, already filled out, already assuming my answer. The arrogance of it steals my breath for a moment. Think of your niece and nephew, Elaine adds softly. Her voice catches, practiced, the same tone she always used when she wanted something from me. They're just kids. They shouldn't suffer because of financial problems. Cole leans forward, narrowing his eyes. We're family. Family helps each other. When one of us succeeds, we support the others. Hannah opens the photo album wider and slides it toward me. They talk about Aunt Caroline all the time. She points at photos of 2 children I hardly recognize. Maddie wants to know why you never visit. Richard clears his throat. We've done everything we could. Our retirement fund is. He glances at Elaine. We've been helping them as much as possible. The message is clear. Your success means you owe us. Your independence is selfish because the family needs you. I close the photo album gently and push it back across the table. Where were you at my wedding? I ask, my voice surprisingly calm. Cole blinks. What? My wedding, I repeat. 2 years ago. Where were you? Elaine lifts her hand to her throat. We were busy. Cole had an important event with his firm. It wasn't convenient, Richard says flatly, like I'd asked them to cancel dinner, not attend their daughter's wedding. I nod slowly. Something inside me finally hardens into place. And yet you're all here now, I say, because you saw the Porsche on Instagram. You only reached out because of that. Cole turns red. That's not fair. Isn't it? I sit straighter. I feel the strength that my independence has built inside me, years of work, years of self-respect. Everything I built alone. Every scholarship. Every job. Every late night. Tell me, where were any of you? Richard frowns. What does that have to do with this situation? Everything, I say. I'm listening. Explain to me why I should sign a check today. Cole slams his hand on the table. You always had to prove something. Show off how smart you were. How talented. How special. Some of us were just trying to live normal lives. Richard puts a hand on his shoulder. Your brother had more potential. We needed to support that. You were always independent. We're still your parents, Elaine whispers, eyes wet. Despite everything. You were parents in name only, I say. My voice is steady, even though my heart is thudding. You missed my high school graduation. My scholarship ceremony. The launch of my company. My wedding. I tap the table lightly with each one. You missed my life. But now you want to benefit from what I built without you. Caroline, Richard starts. You didn't build this success, I say. So you don't get to share it. My phone vibrates. A message from Caleb, you okay? Meeting running long? His name brings back Hannah Blake's words when she invested in my startup. You don't need approval from anyone who refuses to see your light. I remember the faces of my team celebrating the acquisition. The people who chose to believe in me, not out of obligation but because they truly saw me. Richard pushes the loan papers closer. We're only asking for something reasonable. Family helps family. The interest rate is very fair, Elaine adds, as if she's offering me a discount at a store. Cole smirks. Blood is thicker than water, Caro. I stand up slowly. Their eyes follow my every move. For once, they're waiting on me. I place my briefcase on the table and open it. Richard leans forward. Elaine twists her napkin. Cole can't hide his anticipation. Instead of a checkbook, I take out a single document and place it in the center of the table. This is the announcement for the Bennett Media Scholarship Foundation, I say. $16 million to support young women in digital media arts. I smooth the page gently. The press release goes out tomorrow morning. 16 million? Cole sputters. Named after Miss Bennett, I continue. My high school media arts teacher. She was the one who showed up for me when none of you did. The money is secured, legally protected in a foundation trust. They can't touch a cent of it. Silence fills the room, heavy, cold, undeniable. I'm helping girls who never got the support I didn't get, I say as I gather my bag. That's what family means to me. You're wasting it on strangers. Cole shouts, veins visible on his forehead. On nobody's who. Who deserves someone to believe in them, I finish, snapping my briefcase shut. My parents stare at the document like it physically hurts them. I take out my phone and show them the screen. The recording app is running. Just in case any of you try to make legal claims against the foundation, I say softly. I've recorded every message today. Every manipulative word. I turn toward the door. Behind me, Cole's chair scrapes loudly. You can't just leave. We need that money. I pause, hand on the door, but I don't look back. No, Cole. What you needed was to show up. At my graduation. At my company launch. At my wedding. I open the door. That chance is gone. The door closes behind me with a gentle click that feels like freedom. My Porsche hums to life, smooth and steady. As I drive away, my hands relax on the steering wheel. The farther I get, the clearer I feel. I press a button on the dashboard. It's done, I tell Caleb when he answers. They showed exactly who they are. How bad was it? He asks, worry in his voice. Exactly what we expected, I say. Cole exploded when he saw the foundation documents. Dad tried to pretend everything was business as usual. Mom cried about family obligation. Are you okay? He asks. I look at myself in the rearview mirror. No tears. No shame. Just a woman who finally understands her own worth. I'm better than okay, I tell him. For the first time, I saw them clearly. I'm proud of you, he says. Remember, you have the foundation board meeting at 9 tomorrow. Everything is set for the press announcement. The timing was intentional. Establish the foundation first. Then confront the family. Leave no legal gaps. No emotional leverage. I'll be ready, I say and end the call. At 11:47 p.m., the messages start. By midnight, my phone vibrates nonstop. I place it face down and let it ring in the dark. I already know the script: guilt, panic, blame. Morning brings 6 voicemails from my mother, starting with crying, shifting to guilt, ending with threats about what people will say. You've dealt with worse, I remind myself while getting ready. I reach for my navy suit, the same one I wore when I signed the acquisition. Caleb hands me my coffee. Cole's been calling your business contacts, he says. Your dad tried reaching my uncle. I sigh. Predictable. The foundation board meeting goes smoothly. 12 brilliant women, all committed to the cause. The press release is approved. The first scholarship will be awarded in 6 months. I'm reviewing an event proposal when Janine from reception calls. Miss Rivers, your family is here. They're causing a scene. Through the glass walls, I see security moving toward the lobby. My mother is shouting something about abandoning family. Cole looks furious. My team glances at me nervously. Have them escorted out, I say. Calmly. Professionally. I watch as security guides them toward the elevator. Cole yells, "This isn't over. You can't ignore us forever." That evening, I draft one email addressed to all of them. I have documented your harassment at my workplace. Any further contact with me at my office will result in a formal complaint. All future communication must go through my attorney. Patricia, my therapist, nods approvingly 2 days later. Clear and direct. It felt necessary, I say. Not satisfying. Just necessary. That's what boundaries are, she says. They're not punishments. They're protection. Her words settle over me like warm sunlight. The next morning, news breaks that Cole spoke to the Portland Chronicle about our family dispute. The reporter, smarter than he expected, asked why none of them attended my wedding. The resulting article makes them look exactly as they are. A wave of support comes my way: classmates, distant relatives, former colleagues. My parents never bragged about your success, one cousin writes. We always wondered why. Attempts to reach my investors fail completely. Instead, the community rallies around the foundation. Applications flood in even before the launch. The Portland Business Journal requests an interview. I agree, with boundaries. Delia Warren meets me in our temporary office. $16 million is remarkable, she says. What inspired this? My high school teacher believed in me when others didn't, I tell her. Miss Bennett changed my life simply by seeing me. I want to do the same for young women who might be overlooked. Delia nods thoughtfully. Your career is incredible. Crescent Motion's acquisition was huge. Is your family proud? The question hangs in the air. I could dodge it. I could smile it away. But I don't. My success was built without their support, I say. They weren't there for my graduation, my company launch, or my wedding. And for the first time, I feel no shame at all saying it. Delia's pen slows down for a moment. What I just told her clearly gives her new insight about what the foundation is really trying to do. Later that week, the article comes out with a bold headline: "Self-made success creates legacy of support." Suddenly, the whole community can see the difference between my true generosity and my family's constant sense of entitlement. And I didn't even have to explain it myself. A few days later, when the news breaks about Cole's house going into foreclosure, people in town immediately connect the dots. I stay silent. I don't need to say anything at all. Caleb strengthens the security protocols around our home as more attention comes our way. My business team takes control of all communication. They filter calls, answer messages, and keep the foundation running smoothly. Then Hannah Blake, my first investor, my mentor, and the woman who took a chance on me years ago, releases a public statement fully supporting my decision to help people who want to grow, not people who want someone else to save them. My college friends close in around me like a protective shield. They fill my calendar with dinners, outings, and plans so I hardly have time to think about my family drama. Patricia, my therapist, grounds me during our weekly sessions. This group, my friends, my team, my mentor, they become their own kind of family. A family I chose. A family built on intention and support, not guilt and obligation. 2 weeks after everything blew up, I stand on stage receiving the Business Leadership Award from the Women in Media Alliance. Looking out at a room full of people who truly celebrate me, I suddenly realize how much things have changed. My parents' retirement plans? Now pushed back indefinitely. Hannah's place in her precious country club world? Crumbling along with their finances. Cole's twins? Set to move to public school next semester. Meanwhile, my foundation is thriving. The good news spreads way beyond Portland. People connect with the story, not because I wanted revenge, but because I turned all that hurt into something meaningful. The scholarship committee picks 3 finalists for our first award. Janine sets the portfolios on my desk and says, "They'd like your input by Friday." I open the first file. It's a young woman whose teacher noticed her talent when nobody else did. As I read, something in me settles. The circle of my own story is gently closing, healing through action, not by looking back. Family, I realize, should be defined by what it does, not what it claims to be. For the first time ever, I feel seen. In the following weeks, I delete the 4th voicemail from Aunt Meredith without listening past her predictable opening. "Everyone misses you, Caroline." Thanksgiving invitations pile up in my inbox, with subject lines like "Family needs to be together," just another attempt to pull me back into the old cycle. Then my cousin Drew texts me, "I don't understand the rift between you and Uncle Richard. Can't you just talk to them?" Of course he doesn't understand. He wasn't there at my empty wedding. He never saw 2 decades of me being invisible in my own family. Yesterday, I received a handwritten letter from Mom, the handwriting unmistakably hers. "We always believed in you," she wrote, as if she could magically rewrite our history with one sentence. The envelope sits half-burned in my fireplace, the edges curled and black like the lies inside it. Last week, Dad called my office directly. "We need to clear the air," he said, using the same calm, dismissive voice he always used whenever he wanted to avoid responsibility. My assistant, following the boundaries I set, told him I was permanently unavailable. Then came the moment that finally pushed me over the edge. Cole sent his twins to my office with handmade cards. "We miss Aunt Caroline," written in handwriting I know isn't theirs. It was so obviously manipulative it made me feel sick. "They're desperate," Caleb says that evening, looking over the cards on the kitchen counter. I flip through each attempt from the week, calls, messages, guilt trips. Still no actual apology, I say quietly. Next, the family attorney calls. His tone is careful, professional. There are moral obligations to consider, Caroline. Family ties come with responsibilities. And just like that, I become the villain in their story, the cold daughter who abandoned her poor, struggling family. Pastor Wilson, from the church I stopped going to years ago, leaves a voicemail. Your parents are very concerned. Perhaps we could meet and talk about reconciliation? Then 2 childhood friends, people I haven't spoken to in 10 years, reach out as if on cue. Your parents seem so heartbroken, one says. The holidays are for forgiveness, the other adds. And then Hannah emails photos of the twins dressed in Halloween costumes. They ask about you constantly, she writes. That one nearly makes me throw my phone. They're acting like this whole thing is my fault, I tell Patricia during therapy. Like my forgiveness, my effort, my responsibility is what's missing. Patricia looks at me calmly. And how does that make you feel? Angry, I say. But also, validated. They wouldn't be fighting this hard if they weren't terrified of losing control. Then comes the scholarship selection meeting, something that unexpectedly hits deeper than I expect. The committee recommends a girl named Sophia Harrison, a 17-year-old filmmaker. Her application video is stunning and painfully familiar. She reminds me of myself, I tell Caleb that night. Quiet, hardworking, invisible at home. I rewatch her video. The look in her eyes matches the look I had in my old wedding photos, the same tired hope, the same quiet resilience. She talks about how filmmaking helped her speak when her family didn't listen. What if I'm wrong to cut my family off completely? The question slips out before I can stop it. Caleb sits down next to me. Where is that coming from? Sophia, I admit. If I'm teaching these girls to be strong, am I living that truth by staying away from my family? Or am I running? He looks at me gently. Are boundaries the same thing as running away? I think about it. No. Boundaries aren't abandonment. Then what would you tell Sophia if her family treated her the way yours treated you? The answer comes easily. I'd tell her she deserves people who see her worth. The Thursday before Thanksgiving, I host a dinner at our home. The long dining table is extended to fit everyone, Caleb beside me, Hannah across from us, my business team filling the rest of the seats. Sophia sits at the far end, her scholarship certificate framed behind her. The house glows warmly in a way my parents' home never did. Candles flicker. People laugh. No one here has to earn love or prove their value. I lift my glass. To those who see us as we truly are. The toast echoes around the room. My phone stays off the entire night. No messages, no guilt trips, no noise. For once, the peace feels real. After dessert, I announce a new mentorship program. I'll be personally involved with every recipient, I explain. We're building real relationships, not just giving money. Sophia's eyes widen. You'll mentor us yourself? Every step of the way, I tell her. This foundation is about building something meaningful together. Hannah nods proudly. You've created something they can't interfere with. The foundation is legally independent now, I confirm. Its success will depend on impact, not approval. Later, while clearing the table, Caleb turns on the local news. Right on time, the feature on the foundation airs, scheduled perfectly during the hour my family usually eats dinner. On the screen, I speak with a confidence I earned through pain. We build family through action, not obligation. The report then shifts to financial analysis, comparing the foundation's transparency with examples of business mismanagement, including one very familiar reference to Cole's failures. Sophia gasps. They're actually comparing your brother's company to the foundation? Facts speak for themselves, I say, stacking plates calmly. The community has finally seen what my family refused to see. The next morning, my parents ask to meet at a downtown coffee shop. I pull up in the Porsche, the same car that magically made them care again after years of silence. Dad looks older, worn down. His lips tremble slightly. We should have been there, he says quietly. At the wedding? I ask, though I already know he means much more than that. Everywhere, he says, and his voice breaks. All those years, we should have been there. Mom's eyes fill with tears. How can we fix this? The question hangs in the air. 3 months ago, I would have jumped at this opening. Any tiny bit of acknowledgement would have made me rush back. But now, I just feel calm. Clear. Some things can't be fixed, I say gently. They can only be accepted. Mom flinches. I'm not closing the door forever, I continue. But if we're going to try again, I need accountability, not convenience. Dad straightens. That's unnecessary. It's non-negotiable, I interrupt softly. I take a slow sip of my tea, the warmth spreading through me like certainty. They look at each other, sharing that silent look people give when they finally realize they're facing consequences they never expected. Cole's financial crash has torn away the fantasy they built around him. The idea that he was somehow better, somehow more deserving. And now they see the truth, my success stands on its own. It isn't theirs to claim, control, or comment on. The foundation is growing stronger every day, and it no longer needs anyone's approval, especially not theirs. When my parents leave the coffee shop, nothing has changed. No promises, no real responsibility, no steps toward fixing anything. I watch them walk across the parking lot toward their modest, practical car. The kind of car you buy when all your luxury vehicles have been taken back or sold. I drive away without glancing in the rearview mirror. For the first time, it feels like obligation is melting out of my chest and being replaced with something lighter, freedom. The foundation is waiting for me. Sophia's project needs feedback. And my chosen family is expecting me for dinner. For once in my life, I'm not running away from someone, I'm moving towards something better. And that small shift changes everything. A year later, I'm standing inside the sun-filled studio of the Crescent Foundation, watching Sophia adjust her camera settings. The morning light streams through the tall windows, painting the polished hardwood floor with warm, golden shapes. What do you think about this angle? Sophia asks, glancing up at me with the same creative spark that Miss Bennet once spotted in me. Try shifting it a little to the left, I tell her. Let the light fall across your subject more naturally. My voice feels different now, steady, confident, sure. It's the voice of a mentor, not a daughter begging to be noticed. Behind her, the wall is covered with photos from our scholarship recipients' projects. Each picture holds a story that might have stayed hidden or unheard if we hadn't created this space. Each frame represents someone who needed a chance, just like I once did. My office here is a far cry from the childhood bedroom I used to hide in. Everything from the supportive ergonomic chair to the proudly displayed awards is something I chose. Nothing was handed to me. Nothing carries guilt or strings. I finished the final cut of my documentary, Sophia says, standing up straighter. Would you watch it with me? We sit in the editing bay and watch her film on the big, high-definition screen. Her documentary follows 3 generations of women in a rural Oregon family. It shows their struggles, their strength, and the quiet beauty of their lives. Her storytelling is powerful and tender at the same time. As I watch, pride swells inside me, not the hollow kind I used to chase from people who couldn't give it, but real pride for her and her future. When the credits finish, Sophia turns toward me with eyes shining. You're the reason I believe I can do this, she says. And then she hugs me without hesitation. Miss Bennet flashes into my mind. She saw me when my own parents couldn't even look up long enough to notice who I was becoming. Now the cycle continues, not a cycle of neglect, but a cycle of real support. A few days later, I stand at the podium at the Portland Arts Center, accepting the Community Leadership Award. The applause rises around me like warm, steady waves. Nobody here is pitying me. Nobody is pretending. Every face watching me looks genuinely proud. Caleb is in the front row, smiling so wide he looks like he might burst with pride. Tonight, there are no empty chairs haunting me. No imaginary family I'm hoping to see walk through the doors. The room is full of people who truly see me. Thank you, I begin, my voice strong. This journey started in a place where I felt invisible, and it led me to a place where I could finally create impact. I pause, letting the truth settle in the room. For years, I measured my worth by approval I could never get from people who refused to give it. Now, I measure it by what we build together. The audience rises into a standing ovation, and something inside me feels washed clean. My therapist calls this feeling post-traumatic growth, the strange peace that shows up when you finally accept that some wounds won't ever completely heal, and that's okay. I keep healthy distance from extended family now. Holidays are spent with the people I choose. People who bring joy, not dread. Caleb and I have created traditions of our own. Hannah's retirement party last month brought together all the people who lifted me up when blood family fell away. My newest project, the Emergency Fund for Students Facing Hardship, ensures that talented young people won't lose their future because of financial crises. I understand what they need because I grew up without it, unconditional belief in their potential. Driving through Portland in my Porsche, I pass the coffee shop where I once edited videos on a borrowed laptop. Through the window, I spot my parents walking together on the sidewalk. For a moment, our eyes meet. I don't stop. I don't speed up. I simply drive on. There's no anger, no sharp pain, just quiet understanding. They taught me what love is not. Caleb, my team, and this work taught me what love really is. Tomorrow, Sophia starts setting up for her next project. I'll be beside her, camera in hand, sharing everything I've learned from years of trying to make myself visible. Family isn't who raises you. It's who lifts you. Did you enjoy the story? And where are you watching from? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for your love and support. I can't wait to read your thoughts. On the screen now, you'll find 2 more true life stories I highly recommend. There's so much more waiting for you here. Don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next life story, with love and respect.